Happy Thursday and welcome to another edition of Red Sox Now. I'm your host, Mike Antonellis. Follow me on X at the Radio Mike. What a Thursday. I got to do a non-baseball thing first. It's the season finale of Severance, which I am a diehard fan. But also, next Thursday, March 27th, the Red Sox will open up in Texas against the Rangers. They start the season on the road. How excited are you for opening day? Let me know in the comment section, and make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching and all the support. We really appreciate it. All right, we get a little dramatic. We'll start on topic one. 5 cut from the Red Sox spring roster yesterday. Now, cut doesn't mean that it's very dramatic. It sounds like that they're going away, that they're packing up and they're moving home, but it's not that. And I think a lot of these guys, not too much of a surprise. Luis Guerrero, who will start the year at AAA, I've had a chance to see him, an electric right-handed reliever who, with relievers we know, we could see these first two guys, you never know, within a week. Josh Winkowski, who is shown to be very versatile. I still think Winkowski's best role when he was that one-inning guy, they've gone back and forth, making him a starter, a bulk guy. But I think for him, it's the short stints. We'll see where he is at in Worcester. If they have him in a rotation spot, they might need him with the injuries in Boston. They might need him stretched out. But it'll be interesting. Then infielder Vaughn Grissom, which I think a lot thought he would be the second baseman going in. But there are so many options, and we'll get to one that could be an option that is looming and all of a sudden is in the news. So you have those three, and then not surprising with the last two guys I'm familiar with, catchers Nathan Hickey and Mark Colesbury. Mark is a veteran, a very good defensive catcher. Nathan Hickey, while he's listed as a catcher, he has been playing a lot of first base. The Red Sox do have a lot of catching depth. We'll see how much he catches in AAA. I expect all 5 of those guys, without a doubt, to be in AAA. So those are the roster cuts, and we know that there'll be a lot more coming up. How about Marcelo Meyer? Last year when I was in Worcester, the crazy thing, when they called up the big three, Meyer was active, and we thought he would play, but he did not. He did not play any games for the Woo Sox, and he was put right away on the injured list, something that has been bothering. He's had a back and a side issue. And this is interesting. Prior to Tuesday's game in Tampa against the Yankees, Meyer was informed he'd be backing up at second base. This is not a position that he's playing at all in his career. So why are they doing this? Because Marcelo is a shortstop, and we know that Trevor Story, when healthy, is a Gold Glover. But in addition to that, if something were to happen to Trevor Story, I think we immediately point to Meyer as the next man up. But I don't know if I would do that. I would put Rafaela, who has proven he can play shortstop at a high level at the major league level. Not saying that Meyer can't. But we're talking about a team right now that is really, they are really full courting on trying to win, right? With the moves the Red Sox have made, we have seen what has happened defensively, and that is why they're trying to have their best defensive players out there. So it makes sense. And if you're Marcelo Meyer, to take a quote from Stephen Wright, I remember Stephen Wright, knuckleball pitcher, was on a Friday night Nesson TV show with Tom Caron. And he wasn't starting anymore. That's what his role was in the minor leagues. And he said, as long as I'm on that plane, meaning as long as I'm in the big leagues, and I'm sure Marcelo Meyer does not care as well. As long as he's on that plane and getting that big league meal money and that big league lifestyle, he will take it for a guy who has not played AAA. Then on Wednesday, against the Tigers, had another hit. He's got a beautiful swing. He's had a real good offensive swing. But he made some really good plays defensively. It's a crash course for Meyer, who, quote, said, I think I'm always ready for anything, especially as the guy who's not established in the league at a position. You've got to be able to adapt and do whatever it takes. How do you like that attitude from a youngster? I think that is absolutely great stuff. So we'll see. The twists and turns of second base here at the end, with Christian Campbell playing with the big boys, something I talked about on the last episode, still could be. Will it be a platoon? Will it be a Meyer Campbell? It's interesting. Is David Hamilton out of the mix? We got a lot of drama for second base, where we thought most of the drama was at third base. I think it's safe to say that this case has been closed. Inspector Antonellis is going to officially close this case at third base. I'm not surprised they said it from the start. Before I even did this show, people asked me who's going to play third base on March 27th. And without a hesitation, I said Alex Bregman. Here's why. He wasn't playing any second base at all. He wasn't working out there one bit from the very start. You would think a guy playing a new position would work there. I know that Devers had some injuries at the beginning of camp, but not really right on day one. I mean, day one, he was playing third base. And again, I've said this many times. I will repeat it over and over. There is still room in this game to play the game the right way. I am in analytics. I like analytics, but I'm still with catching, throwing, running the bases correctly. Something the Red Sox have not done a great job of, and they know that. Defensively last year, Devers among the worst fielding percentage, third baseman. Those are crucial spots. And they want to set up that brick wall on the left side, which they have. And Bregman is the third baseman and will be the third baseman when it is all said and done. Now, listen, I know that there's all this stuff about Devers not being a team player. I don't buy that, all right? Like, I can see both ends of it. Just think about it from his point of view. All of these guys, he's got that big contract. He's a big persona. He's been kind of the face of the franchise. And there's an ego hit when you're told, hey, you're not the third baseman anymore. So that immediate hit and that immediate fear of, well, I don't want to DH because it's completely different. You're not involved in the game. Maybe that won't be good for him. But I think he'll adjust to it. I don't mind him being a little upset at the beginning, and I think people overreacted a little bit and said, well, he's not a team player. No, I mean, there's part of you that is hurt. And let's just take it at that. He is a team player. He's been fine. He said all the right things. But I think once he gets into it, I think he's actually going to enjoy it. I think this is all going to work out. There's a lot of things, and I've been in this game a long time, that you'll, on the surface, think, oh, God, the drama, oh, this is going to be a problem. And everyone's saying it. It won't be. Believe me. These guys handle things great internally, and I think Alex Cora is very good at that. Well, it looks like, and I think one of the most underrated moves the Red Sox made for the bench, and I'd actually say they've done a really good job at this. Going back a couple of years ago, Rob Refsnyder, who I saw, he spent like 2 weeks in AAA, and then he was out. Same thing with Romy Gonzalez. What a signing he was last year. He was in Worcester for about a week and then never came back. It looks like Romy Gonzalez and Yoshida will begin the year on the injured list. So does that open up a spot for Trace Thompson, who's had a really good spring? We'll find out. And we're going to get a lot more answers to this because the Red Sox will take off a little bit earlier when they play in Mexico before they play against the Rangers. Rangers, Baltimore, and then I've said it every episode. I love that they open up the Fenway season against the Cardinals. I love interleague. I love how everyone plays everyone, and I love doing this show. It's another edition of Red Sox Now. Please like, subscribe, comment. I'll get back to your comments. Send me a message on X @TheRadioMike. Happy Thursday, and thanks for watching Red Sox Now.